Good morning, Gemini ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. I do hope that you guys are starting to enjoy your birthday period. And with this reading, Gemini, I like to focus exclusively on those Geminis who are involved with a Capricorn, and just to let you see what's likely in terms of your sexual future with this person. Okay? Gemini, this reading will not resonate for each and every one of you out there, but for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope it offers you the information that you're seeking, okay? So with this reading, I'm making it, it's going to be valid until the end of July, and I'm going to focus basically on your past, your present. I'm going to share with you how I'm seeing your lover truly feeling about you and actions that he or she may take towards those feelings. I'm going to also share with you your true feelings in regards to the situation. And then we're going to move on to just examine what may not be important during this time frame. And then we'll move on to see what is important. Then I'm going to share with you a few challenges that I see that you might be up against. And lastly, give you the likely outcome should you continue on the same path as you have. Okay? So, again, keep in mind that this reading may not resonate for each and every one of you, okay? So, I'm going to go on and use or shuffle up my tarot of sexual magic cards today here to give you your message, okay? And if this reading resonates with you guys as we go through it, be sure to like and share and subscribe, Gemini, if you've yet to subscribe here. So, Spirit, give me messages. What's the outlook for Gemini? Those Geminis who are, in fact, dealing with Capricorns. What's the future of their sexual relationship here? Okay. Spirit, what's the future of their sexual relationship? Okay. So, Gemini, we're going to get started here by just looking at the cards. The card fell to the bottom of the deck. Actually, I'm going to select quite a few of them here. We have the Death. All right. We also have Hermit. We have the Fool, as well as the Lovers here. So, with looking at the Death card there, of course, that represents a water sign or, the water element here. It shows Gemini that a transformation will have to occur particularly for many of you here, okay? I feel that a romantic and or sexual situation might end, or you and your lover might decide to express your sexual urges, perhaps in other ways here I'm getting. On a positive note, Gemini, I'm kind of feeling that you and your partner will learn to surrender old habitual problems or patterns that might have potentially sabotage your sex life in the past here. Okay? And I feel that this change will, in fact, enable you to reignite the passion that once existed between you two. We see here in the cards here, we see a lot of new beginnings here with the Fool here. It's suggesting that you take some risk here. You have a lot of air element that's showing also in your reading. So more than likely here, even though you are involved in an existing situation with a Capricorn, I'm still feeling others who are also interested in, and it looks like a lot of them appear to be exes I'm getting. Still, you're going to have to make a decision in some way here. Okay. But what I'm seeing here, again, just to get back to this new beginning here, I'm seeing a fresh start, that seems to be assured for you guys. But before this can happen, again, I would have to, I can't stress that you're going to have to make a decision between multiple lovers here. And both the Fool as well as the Lovers card, it represents an air sign. So you guys might be also dealing with another air sign too. It looks like that I'm kind of getting it's more so an X, but the Hermit card is kind of telling you that you might want to take some time and take a step back from the situation to realize what it is that you want or to examine the pros and cons so that you can make your best informed decision here, because one is certainly is going to be required of you. Okay, so let's go on and just look at your past here. We have the Knave of Chalices there. So with that card, of course, it represents a water sign. But what I'm kind of seeing here is that in the past, because this card is all about Gemini and attraction to someone younger here. For some of you, it could potentially have been a homosexual or someone that's bisexual. Okay, and it looks like that you might have had some dealings with this person. It looks like it's roughly between 10 to 5 years ago that I'm kind of getting here. And this situation I'm seeing here, it developed into problems with your existing situation I'm getting. Okay. Alternatively, Geminis, it also could kind of show that you and your current partner started over. You wanted to have a fresh start after having, discussed whatever that may have gone on in the past here I'm getting. Okay. I feel that one of you might have kind of been a bit inexperienced here. It could have been you, Gemini, with sex. You know, it seems that it potentially was a part of your personality here. I'm feeling that you were maybe a bit, maybe you knew what was happening here, but you kind of acted a little naive here, which might have caused you to get used in some way by others. I'm kind of getting. All right. Let's move on to the present here. I'm seeing your present situation, Gemini. We have the Ace of Chalices, which is a very good sex card here. So it certainly shows during a period, at least from June to August here, even though this reading expires in July, your sex life is going to be improving tremendously, because that card is certainly a positive omen. It even shows new love coming in for some of you, emotional renewal, okay? A strengthened situation. So it could kind of go either way. You can strengthen something with your ex should you decide to do that, or you may renew your vows or whatever with your existing lover, or just strengthen that situation, or a charming, ardent new lover is going to be entering your life here. So here you can best believe that happy times, ladies and gentlemen, certainly are in store. And Geminis, you really need that, right? With all of the turmoil and pain that you've been going through for some time now. All right. Cupid arrow strikes I'm kind of getting. Some of you may even decide to to get married, or you may even discover that you're pregnant during this period. Two hearts certainly will beat as one. Okay. Magic, with this card is going to happen here. Very much magic. Okay. Blessings are going to come in. This card is all about faith. It's all about respect for one another and trust. So, you're it's almost like a wish fulfillment that your desire is going to, really strengthen. And you're going to strengthen with this person. But understand, several suitors will also pursue you. Okay? Some you will like, and some you won't. Gemini. Okay? So let's look at your lover's true feelings about you, how they're really looking at you here. We have the Eight of Chalices there. So that shows that your lover loves you, but I feel appears to be having difficulties here, because this person seems to have been with you for quite some time now. All right. It looks like this person might even have a hard time releasing something that occurred, in his or her past. It could be something you did, or an energy to which he or she still clings. This person also feels that I'm kind of getting that you judge him or her extremely too much, or even criticizes him or her. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that with these feelings, it could be vice versa, because readings tend to be fluid. So you also could be feeling this way, or it could just be vice versa here. Okay? And I feel that perhaps such criticism may have caused him or her to really shut down sexually on you, or maybe things that you may have done in the past. You know, perhaps when you tell certain stories, you may have not, lying or whatever. You just withhold certain details, and it makes the person or made this person question you in some way here. Okay. And at times, this person feels as if that maybe you may be playing them in some sense, and that maybe they might consider walking away. But I just don't see this really happening. You need to just be a bit more open with your discussions, Gemini, and stop shielding things, even if it hurts people, hurts the person. It's best to get it out. All right. So let's look at your true feelings for your lover here. We have justice. Okay. So this represents an air sign. So it shows that you are somewhat reserved here and feel that you are, in fact, capable of being fair here. All right. And this feeling could also stem to an air person that you may have dealt with. Okay. I feel many of you tend to kind of be in your own relationships in terms of your relationships. I see that you try your best to be as fair as possible. And some of you might even also feel your current partner is also extremely judgmental. Many of you seem to have already, it looks like, apologized to your lover for what you might, the things that you may have done improperly here, or some of you may have cheated or lied or something here that's kind of suggestion here is vice versa. Either you apologize to them or they may have apologized to you for how things have been going here. But realize, ladies and gentlemen, a decision still is necessary here because, again, you have several suitors that seem to be in your reading here. So let's look at what's not important in your situation. Let's look at an energy that you might not want to, kind of focus on extremely too much right now because it's not going to get you what you're really looking for. All right. So we have the Empress. So with the Empress, okay, that connects with Earth signs. Okay. So this is certainly saying here that certainly is not the time that you consider bringing a new person into your situation when it's on its way to improving here. Okay. It's not the time, ladies and gentlemen, to allow a relationship to continue with someone other than your existing lover. I'm kind of getting. Because if you do and you get attached, the same type of situation is going to happen again to you. It's not the time for you, ladies and gentlemen, to be so overzealous about helping someone who might have previously hurt you. Okay? The person, ladies and gentlemen, that you thought was a gift from God, who in fact turned out to be a snake, a shank, unstable, even in fact a prostitute, a whore, a drug addict, okay? Someone you occasionally gave, who occasionally gave you sex, but it wasn't sex with love. It was all to manipulate and to use you, okay? And some of you might even have gotten pregnant by this person, or had a miscarriage, or even in fact caught an STD. So these are things that's not important right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's focus on then what is important in your situation. We have the wheel of fortune here, and this is the card is 10 here. So a cyclical rebeginning is certainly important. It's necessary. So this connects with fire signs. So what's important is that certainly it's time that an overdue change seems to be necessary. You guys need to embrace change and let the past go. Be willing to embrace opportunities as well as take risks, as what we've seen from your bottom card with the Fool. Learn from your lessons, ladies and gentlemen, and let go. Let go so that you can overcome problems. Surrender to what is, and surrender your attachments to obtaining a certain result here, because if it doesn't occur the way that you want, it's going to upset you, right? So just let go, let God here. All right. So now let's look at what might be your likely challenge or even challenges here. dealing with your existing partner. We have the Four of Chalices there. So what I'm seeing here is that one of you seems like you're one of you appears to be a bit bored sexually, or might feel hurt and still feel hurt in some sense. Again, it looks like it's something connected, Gemini. It's time that the two of you now have a heartfelt discussion, as I've already indicated. Because one of you seems very argumentative and always on defensive. Again, you don't listen. Somebody doesn't listen. They always want to respond and just to blow the person off. This has to stop, okay? And this has really caused a lot of doubts in one of you, okay? And this doubt has led you to having previous sexual problems with this person, because I feel that some of you may even have gone through a very extended celibacy type period here, being abstinent. So it's time that you be very honest with your partner, because it looks like an auspicious turn of events is to be expected. So let's look at the outcome should you heed the advice given. We have the Chariot, which is also another good card, Gemini. So this shows progress. It shows success. It shows Gemini courage. It shows you surmounting obstacles. And it shows certainly a change for the better here, which is what you guys want here. So what I'm going to do here is to just take out another deck here to just give you some indications of a few things, Gemini, that you might want to consider surrendering beyond what I've already told you in your reading. And rest assured, some of the things that I've already told you might in fact crop back up through this deck. So Spirit, what additional things that you like Gemini to consider surrendering during this time frame in question? Okay. Gemini, it's time that you surrender negative thinking. Understand that you certainly have control over your thoughts. And when negative thoughts surface, just say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on a more suitable positive affirmation. Surrender your need to always be right, Gemini, as I've said throughout the reading here. Listen to what your lover is telling you. You might be right, and probably 95% of the time you are. But you can't have a relationship when someone is always domineering someone here. Okay? Everyone wants to be valued as well as appreciated. So surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right at times. Try to be a bit more yielding, not rigid, because this certainly will help you resolve conflicts and improve your relationship. Okay? It's time, Gemini, that you need to really surrender to complete healing, because I still feel that you're suffering from whatever may have happened with you and an ex here. And it could be with several. It's time that you open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that really support your physical, your emotional, as well as your spiritual healing. And last message with this card is time, Gemini, that's you. Just as I said, surrender to what is. It's time that you flow with what is instead of fighting against it. Because when you really can't change a situation, making some effort to compassionately accepting it as it is will bring you the peace that many of you are seeking. So in conclusion today, Gemini, I'm just going to shuffle up my postcards here just to leave you with a message from Spirit, something that you might want to consider moving forward here. So Spirit, what message would you like me to share with Gemini? And again, Gemini, this reading is valid until the end of July. So what additional message, Spirit, would you like me to share with Gemini? Okay, we have this postcard here, Gemini, and I'm going to read it as it is written. Dearest you, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes, a good solid foundation, and yet flexibility too, in case of earthquakes. Truth be told, you can offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base whether it be an ideal that takes form one step at a time or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general site check to ensure your hard work is being well supported. Do this and know you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come to visit. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you are building. Okay? So, Gemini, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered you the information that you're seeking. Be sure to subscribe and, you know, press the like button if you like this video. If you like a more personal reading, you can definitely contact me at will.brown@watconsultinginc.net. Enjoy your evening. Thanks a lot.